everybody, welcome to part 2 of our 3-part series. Today we are doing upper body, specifically arm strength. And I promised you that this workout required no equipment. However, I may have fibbed just a little bit. You're going to need a mat or a carpeted area or something that is comfortable for you to be on your hands down on the ground. So that's all you're going to need, plus a couple of cans, which is not technically equipment. It's just something you hopefully have in your kitchen. So if you would like to up the stakes a little bit, you can always use like half-gallon or gallon things of milk, or you can fill them with water if you'd rather, in case so you're not spilling milk everywhere. But I'm going to be using cans today and show you how you can do a great arm workout with just cans. So grab a couple of cans, get yourself a space, and let's do it. All right, today I'm using SpaghettiOs. So any cans will work. This is just what I grabbed. Just to kind of get warmed up and started here. A lot of the stuff we're going to do in the very beginning are just going to be standing. So we're just going to do some easy bicep curls. Nothing crazy, just again getting those joints warmed up and ready to go. Not even counting, I'm just going to do them while I talk. After a few of those, you're going to curl and then extend it straight out. Bring it back in and down. Curl straight out, bring it in and down. Perfect. So once again, right now we are not going for anything other than warming up the joints, making sure your elbows and your shoulders are ready to work, and maybe check on that posture a little bit so you're standing up nice and tall with some tight abs. All right, from here we're going to take it out and then out to the sides. So take it out, extend it out, bring it back in, tuck it in and down. Curl out front, sides, front, in and down. Perfect, you got it. So you might want to start thinking about squeezing those shoulder blades together when you bring that back, squeeze, and then bring it back together, tighten your chest. So strong arms, strong back, strong chest. That's what we're going for with this. And you don't need to do this for super long, just long enough to, again, make sure everything is ready to go, muscles are warm, and joints are loose. So basically, if you're struggling with any kind of arthritis, or maybe you've had coming off of an injury or an overuse situation, this is really just getting everything limber, loosened up, and ready to go so that we don't cause another injury, or to kind of get things moving, to get those juices flowing, as you say. All right, we're going to do one more. Okay, there we go. Bring it in, take it down. Now you still have those cans. So I just want to mention again, and we're going to take our hands out while I talk about this a little bit. So bring your hands out. Palms are down. Now, I'm starting with this one because this is probably the one that you have to have the tightest grip on the cans. So if you are struggling with arthritis, specifically in your hands, this does get a little tiring and you're going to need to take a break just to wiggle out your fingers a little bit. So that's why I said we're starting with this one so that, I mean, if you loosened your hands right now, you drop the cans and then you just be holding your arms up, which you can actually do. You don't have to have cans to do this workout. It's just we're trying to build some strength without any equipment other than cans. So that's why I'm having you hold them out like this. All right. So again, starting with the hardest one for those hands, but keeping those arms nice and level. And about this point, you're probably going, how long are we going to stand here? Because I'm bored already. Well, that's why I'm trying to talk to you, keep you from getting bored. If you really start to get bored, you can always do a lot of things, practice some balance. So bring one foot up and focus on that balance. That's always a lot of fun to do. Set that down. Hey, I'm kind of impressed it didn't wobble on that one. Bring the other knee up. Again, focus on that balance. And you might find that as you bring that knee up, your abs are going to tighten. So I'm standing here, and I'll kind of turn sideways so you can see here. I don't have a big arch in my back, but I have enough of an arch that when I bring my knee up, I can feel my belly button move to my spine and really start to tighten those abs even better. So now I'm going to hold that posture as I bring the other one up too. Whoops. All right, first time I got lucky. Second time I'm falling. Great. Excellent. All right, bring that leg down. Now, at this point, hopefully your shoulders are starting to feel a little warm. You're feeling pretty good. For me, also, my forearms are starting to feel it, which as a swimmer, I use a lot of forearms. And so it's always kind of interesting when I start to feel that. So since we are doing muscle building without weights, I don't want you to drop those yet. I just want you to turn them. So now it's like you're holding 2 candlesticks, okay? And you'll see my arms are starting to sag. That's okay. I'm going to hold them out. I am going to show you, though, if you do start to feel like you're going to die and you need to drop them down, I would rather you do this Makes it just a little bit easier. First of all, it takes that pressure. You can wiggle. I don't know if you can see my fingers wiggling there. The hands can relax a little bit, and forearms get a little bit of a rest, but you're still working shoulders. If you're feeling good, keep those arms out just right here. That is perfect. Now, our next move we're going to go into is going to work a little bit of chest, still shoulders though. Okay, so we've got one more round of this to go, but before we get to that, you're going to take those cans, keep your elbows and shoulders up, cans in, and press. And all you're doing is pressing. So you should feel that chest activate. You should feel those pectoral muscles tighten. And I'll kind of move in so you can see I'm wiggling my fingers. I am not holding onto these cans. I'm pressing them together so they don't fall. Okay, so elbows up, shoulders level. Okay, I'm not shrugging. Keep those shoulders down, nice and strong, but just keep pressing those cans together. If you are a super He-Man, you may crush the can. I don't know. I've never crushed a can yet, but I'm not a super He-Man. So anyway, depending on how strong you are, just kind of keep an eye on those cans, keep them pressed together. You'll know that you're starting to get tired because the can will start to slip. And you don't want that to happen because you'll drop it, and you definitely don't want it to land on your toes. That would just be no fun at all. So at this point, hopefully you're still pressing those. We're going to take it out front and then bring it back in. And again, loose fingers, all right? Just for the sake of this, I'm going to drop down to a lunge and show you what I'm doing. Elbows up, shoulders level. Press it forward and pull it back, okay? Again, press it forward, pull it back. You are not squeezing those cans. You are pressing your hands together with the cans. Keeping those elbows up, keeping those shoulders level, and really starting to feel this in your arms. Was that 5? I think. 6. Whoops, I'm starting to lose them. They're sliding. 7. Now the minimum you want to do is 8. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and do 12. And then the maximum you'd want to do is 16. So I'm kind of doing the middle range here. I got 3 more to go. Definitely mine are slipping. 2. 1 more. Bring it back up. Press. Okay, now hold on to those cans again. Take it out. And now turn. So palms are up. So again, you can relax your arms. Relax your fingers and your hands, but focus on those shoulders once again. Man, that was a lot of fun. That was beautiful. Actually, I kind of loved that. Okay, let's see here. What can I talk about while we're holding this third hold? This is the third and final hold, by the way. All we have after this is a little bit of tricep, a little bit of bicep. And tricep we're going to go down on the ground for. We're going to do a little bit more chest and back work on the ground as well. But standing, we have this and just a little bit of bicep, and then we'll hit the ground for tricep. And I'm really just rambling. We're going to continue working the rest of your upper body. I figure if I keep talking, you'll forget about the fact that maybe your shoulders are on fire. I don't know. We'll see. All right, from here, I just want you to drop that down by dropping those elbows down. You're still holding those cans out. So now we're activating the biceps. Bring it in front, okay? Now, you should have your hands at about a 90-degree angle, maybe a little bit lower, maybe a little higher, but I wouldn't go much higher. You want to be so you can feel that bicep engage. So when you get up here, now you're holding it more with upper arms and forearms. You start to drop here. This is where you start to feel it. Drop a little bit lower and you're going to feel those biceps for sure. All the way down and you're just relaxing. So right about here is where you're going to be holding. And hopefully you did not adjust other than to find that perfect position. Hold it there. Now squeeze those shoulder blades together, working a little bit of rotator cuff, still holding for the bicep. Okay, and again, we're just going to do 12 I'm going to do 12 of these. If you are a brand newbie, I want you to stop at 8. And if you are more advanced, go ahead on to 16. And I may have just miscounted here. I think I'm on 5, but I'm only counting 4, so I don't know, we'll see. So I'm going to count that one as 5. Now, my arm positioning has not changed. I'm still holding that for the biceps. And you may find, okay, this is not necessarily going to build your biceps, but it's going to keep them strong, and it's going to keep them activated. I know for me now, I've kind of built mine up that I need heavier. I can do this with a gallon of milk. And so I need a little bit heavier for that. All right, I've got 1 or 2 more. We'll go ahead and give it 2 more just in case. And 1 more. Bring it back in front, hold it right there. Now we're not gonna do anything major, except you're gonna do some small pulses. And you can do pulses together or alternate. And I kind of like to do alternate just because it mixes things up a little bit, but then I can really focus on my abs and standing up straight and not doing a lot of this with it, just pulsing up and down. And I am not dropping it down, nor am I coming up higher than that 90-degree angle. So once again, you can see that right here. Some good forearms, some good bicep work. Again, more of a endurance building for the biceps at this point with the cans for me. The other thing you can do is grab, I've done plastic bag with about 4 or 5 cans in it, just to make it heavier as well. Because, you know, we don't all have time to go to the gym. We don't all have access to heavy weights. So make do with what you've got. I tell you, if you do this with a little heavier, a couple of cans or a half gallon or a gallon of milk, you're gonna feel it for sure. And you're gonna start to build those biceps. It is gonna be fantastic. All right, we're coming to the end of this here. So let's give me another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now just right here where you had it again, I want you to hold that. You're gonna take yourself all the way down to the ground into a seated position. I'm gonna move my camera, so I'm gonna have to release mine. This way you'll be able to see what I'm doing. Just keep holding that there. Don't change a thing until I tell you you can drop them. Hold them there, don't change. Stay there, keep it tight. Are you still holding? I had to drop mine, okay. Still holding in that same position. Perfect. All right, so now I'm gonna give you that little rest, okay? Set those down, set those aside. Not too far away because you're gonna use them here in a minute, but we're gonna go to triceps down the ground. Tricep push-up. So I'm gonna show you first on my knees and then pop it up to my toes. What I want you to do is get those hands under your shoulders and then a little bit behind. Okay, your traditional push-up is usually about here. For this one, you're gonna keep those in close and a little behind, and then you're gonna drop your elbows behind you, not out to the side, behind you, and press it straight up. Again, 8, 12, or 16, depending on your level of fitness. So we'll drop it back, and you see when I come up on my toes, I do not drop down as far as I did before, because these are actually really kind of hard. All right, so you should feel those biceps. You should definitely, if you could get a mirror and see them, you should see those biceps engage. Now, if you feel it more in your shoulders or your chest, you're probably not taking, that was 8 if you're only doing 8. You're not taking those elbows back behind you. You're taking them out to the side. So this is all tricep. If you go up, push them back. And one more. And again, if you're doing 16, go ahead and do 4 more. Okay, from here, I'm gonna bring a hand in. And hands and knees, this is our back exercise. You're just gonna bring that up, squeeze those shoulder blades just like we did in the beginning. Hold it right there. You're not gonna hold for very long, but I want you to squeeze that shoulder blade. Okay? And lower that down. We'll do the same arm again. Bring it up, squeeze. Just in the interest of time, we're gonna do 6 of these on each side. But we're gonna do all the same side and then do the other side. So if you should be feeling this in your back, along your spine, where that shoulder blade pushes over to meet your spine. If you are not feeling it there, check your positioning, check how you're pulling that elbow and that shoulder blade over. I think we have one more. I think that is your 6th one. And just hold it for a few seconds. Drop it down and switch. Okay, same thing. Squeeze that shoulder blade over. For this one, all you can really see probably, looking here, is my elbow coming up. Drop that down. Bring it up, squeeze. And I don't have my arms straight out. My elbow is bent nice and comfortably. But the idea is more just holding that static squeeze and bringing that shoulder blade over. All right. You might also have noticed when you've switched arms that you felt it a little lower as well. And that's because your back and your abs are holding you level to keep that tabletop position. One more, I think. Excellent. All right. Last thing we're gonna do down here is for chest. Once again, you warmed up your chest when we were standing up. You're gonna take those hands outside your mat, and we're going for wide push-ups. This time your elbows do go out, okay? So right here, knees or toes, you decide. And you'll see this time I'm more of a tabletop, except it's a wide tabletop because my hands are pretty much about that wide. You definitely want them outside your shoulder width. So we've done a lot of shoulders already. We need to focus on that chest. All right, so drop it down. And you only have to drop as low as you can go. You do not have to go all the way to the ground for these. Okay, I have some clients and this is their push-up. And you know what? They're still activating their pecs. They're still getting that chest worked. When they get stronger, they'll be able to go lower. That is the key. We're really just trying to get the best that you can do. And each time you get stronger, you'll notice a difference. I think that was 8. So if you're doing 8, you're done. If you're going to 12, you've got 3 more. And if you're going to 16, of course, you're gonna do 4 more. All right, I don't remember, so let's just do 1 more for good measure. All right, there we go. So what I want you to do now is go back to the beginning, redo this again, okay? You wanna do this, or you may be feeling good. And if you're a beginner, that's probably all you need to do. But if you're a little more advanced, go ahead and do this video at least 1 more time, maybe 2 more times if you've got the time and you wanna build that extra upper body strength. Hopefully that gives you some great upper body exercises with no equipment necessary. Come back next week because we will be doing abs and some secret things that go along with abs. So stay tuned, subscribe, of course, always subscribe, share with your friends, and I will see you all back soon. Thanks for stopping by. See ya.